Right. Sony, they're a bit fucking desperate right now. We reported a couple weeks ago about Sony, Marvel. They were both had different ideas for the direction of Spider-Man 4. Now, Spider-Man 4 is slated to come out in 2025. That's what Sony wants anyway. You know, they've got that slate, and there's them 2 films in 2025, Sony ones. No, there's that one, July of 2025, I think. That's what Sony wants. Now, there's talk of Marvel doesn't want 4 films in 2025, like they've got. Never mind 5. So Marvel Studios has asked them to push it off to 2026. Marvel Studios is even thinking about pushing Blade to 2026. So R.I.P. Blade again, getting moved again. Just so they can have 3 films. Captain America, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four spread out. But apparently Sony doesn't care. Sony wants Spider-Man 4 to come out in 2025, and they want it to be a multiversal story. Now, this is interesting. Now, we've already reported this, but coming from the other side of it is actually Tom Holland and Kevin Feige want it to be the street level, down on the ground sort of deal with, Kingpin in the background, organising stuff. But that's, look, and to me, we said this last time. They should go with a street level one, 100%. They need to earn another multiverse one. I'm not gonna repeat what I said on that one. What I do want to talk about is they are determined that this will come out in 2025. Guess what? Kevin Feige wants this to be the first film to come out just before Kang Dynasty. So the last 2 films that came out before Avengers films was Black Panther and Captain Marvel. Both billion-dollar films. In the billion-dollar club. Why doesn't Sony see the benefit of, oh my god, if we release this just before an Avengers film comes out, people are going to be in that Marvel mood and they're going to want to rush out and see our Spider-Man film. Because they're just thinking about the now, and they think, oh, if we chuck Toby and Andrew in it again, it's another guaranteed $2 billion. Guess what? You might make the money, and I'm not saying there isn't a version of Spider-Man 4 that's multiversal that isn't good. I bet they can make a good version of it, but it's not what the fans want to see right now. The fans want to see a street-level Spider-Man working from his apartment with no tech, maybe bumps into Daredevil. Like, I'd love Daredevil to be in Spider-Man 4, but I don't want him to have a massive role. Like, maybe bumps into him at the beginning, helps him in the fight at the end, something like that. But Sony is determined to ruin this relationship with Marvel Studios because they want to take back full control of Spider-Man. And I think that's what it is. They're just... Now, granted, Marvel Studios has had some misses over the past couple of years, but they ain't had a Morbius, and they fucking certainly haven't had a Madam Web. So, yeah. What do you think of this, Kyle?
Sorry, I was listening. I was just reading up on Avi Arad. Apparently, Avi Arad has said something about it in a book he did, regards to Spider-Man and Marvel. Apparently, blast the MCU Spider-Man films in new book. They did it for the money. Terrible. I don't know what he means. I've not got any heavy contacts for that.
Called business. It's all done for money. Is he an idiot?
He's fucking fool.
He is. We know this. Now,
yeah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure this is it. So apparently, he was the guy who shoehorned in Venom into the Tobey Maguire film. Obviously, he must have gone to Sony and said, like, look, you put this character in, it's going to make you loads of money, or it's going to make the film really successful. And Sony have probably gone and like, okay, we need this in now, put it in, and Sam Raimi was like, this is fucking stupid. I wanted to do Sandman. That's how I'm reading it, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went roughly. So yeah, this. I just need to stop being fucking idiots, man. Like,
well, and you can tell the desperation, the stupidity from it. It's like, well, no, we need to get Spider-Man out. We need to get Spider-Man out. We need to get Spider-Man out. No. Do they not realise how much more money this film will make if it comes out just before an Avengers film?
apparently not.
Are they stupid?
Yeah, I'm just done talking about Sony now. I'm done talking about how stupid they are.
Would you agree that they are determined to ruin this relationship with Marvel? To me, what they learned, what they should not have learned from Spider-Man No Way Home is, oh wow, we made all this money, and it was all of our characters, barring Doctor Strange. No. So they probably thought,
how many times have they done that? They've done that what? 3 times now in total, and one time out of 3, it's worked. I mean this in the sense of Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 having all these characters in this film. Granted, I will say this, New Goblin and Sandman were kind of set up to be in the film anyways, but it's like Venom and, obviously Eddie Brock, it kind of comes as a pair. So, and then they wanted to do more, they wanted to take that a step further and do more in the Spider-Man 4 film, but Sam Raimi was like, do you know what, you keep getting involved, fuck you, I'm out, and we never got it, and it rebooted. And then, they give the Amazing Spider-Man 1, a bit of room to breathe. It still had that annoying weird setup with the post-credit scene. Nothing too crazy, it just, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the second half of that fucking film feels like an extended post-credit scene. Like, it just felt like watching a trailer for a film that's not even out or even been made.
And say what you will about MCU Spider-Man, at least from my point of view, at least from your point of view, it's been consistent. And they've consistently given us good product. Fun product. Nothing that's at the level of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Nothing that's at the level of Spider-Man 3. Now, but I'll say this about Sony. People say, yeah, but they made Spider-Man 2, and that might be the greatest Spider-Man film of all time. Guess what? That was in 2002. It's 22 years later. It's like, yeah, they've got Spider-Verse. I really think they just threw out Spider-Verse, let Lord and Miller do whatever they wanted with it, and then it became a success. So now they're just dabbling and just getting a little bit involved here and there. But, yeah. If I was Sony, I would listen to Marvel, because guess what? It was Marvel who bailed them out of the shit last time. Who said, come over to our universe, we'll let you play in our sandbox. You want to use some of our characters in your films? No problem. You can do that.
It was 2004 for Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's 2005 or 4, but...
Well, it was fucking 20 years ago, still.
It's still a long time ago.
Yeah. They haven't had success like that for a Spider-Man live-action film that's their film in a long time. In a very fucking 20 years. Because Amazing Spider-Man... I like Amazing Spider-Man 1, but it's nowhere near as good as Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was 20 years ago. So, yeah. The first Amazing Spider-Man, if you want to say that was the last good Spider-Man film Sony made by themselves, was, what? 12 years ago? 2012 that came out, so...
Yeah, they really need to get there.
And this is my message to Sony.
Fuck you.
No. Look at what you're doing. And look at what happened last time.
Don't be fools. I get it, it's a business and you've got probably
And one thing I will say,
people to listen to.
It's their property. At the end of the day, it's their choice. Now, just because someone owns a dog doesn't mean they can take it out to the front garden and put its collar on and its leash and swing it around their head. Just because it's their property don't mean they can do that with it. And that seems like what they want to do. They're determined to damage this brand. So, for some weird reason, then they can bring it back and go, oh, look, guys, we're just going to make Spider-Man films with 3 Spider-Men in them for 60 years. And we're going to be wheeling out Tobey Maguire in a wheelchair.
Or it could just be a case of, like, we make these horrible films because they look at the MCU and like, oh my god, the Spider-Man's actually doing really good. Why don't we do, like really shit, and then later on we'll make a good Spider-Man film that's not connected to the MCU and go, oh, look how good the Spider-Man films have got on and all these villain films have got on since it's not been in the MCU. Like, that would not surprise me if that's their weird fucking mindset.
I think they struggle to see, yes, Spider-Man No Way Home is the biggest hit since Avengers Endgame. At least in, comic book movie terms, in Marvel terms. Now, they probably saw that and thought, we don't need these guys. No, Sony, you're getting it wrong. You are at that level of success now because of Marvel Studios, not because it's your characters. So, yeah, it's just annoying. And if I'm completely honest with you, the way this is going, I'm tired of being played with this like a fan. I hope after Secret Wars, Spider-Man is nothing to do with the MCU.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just causing too much. It's like, alright, we've had him for some films, just have him back, because you want to do what you want to do, fair enough, but you signed a contract, it's like, you want to play in this universe, play by our rules, and now they're going, no, it needs to come out in 2025. Marvel are being lenient. Yes, there was a time where you had to have a film in development, at a certain amount of time, otherwise you would lose them rights. It's Marvel giving you a choice now. Do you know? And if people have to wait that little bit longer as well for a Spider-Man 4, we've already gone the longest amount of time we've gone without a Spider-Man, MCU Spider-Man film. People waiting until 2026. That's 5 years from Spider-Man No Way Home to Spider-Man 4, whatever it may be called. People will be ready for it. Just before an Avengers film as well. When that Marvel dial is up. But yeah, they don't seem to see it. And I don't think they are going to see it.
I disagree with you in some regard. Obviously, Spider-Man is such a... For me, I love the character. I'd hate to see him go. I'd hate to see him go. But yeah, they just need to either stop this... Like, Sony needs to stop this bullshit with hurting their own brand. And, they just need to continue with this, with the strong thing they did with the first 3 films, Tom Holland films. Just keep that going, keep that nice flow going, don't ruin it.
And they seem to think keep that nice thing going is getting Tobey and Andrew back. I'd love to see them back, and I'll say it again, there is probably a good version of Spider-Man 4 where Tobey and Andrew come back. But, let's wait a little bit. Let's not play that card right away. Let's get some street level characters in. Doing some street level stuff.
People want Daredevil and Spider-Man together.
It's like people, because even at the end of No Way Home, people are like, oh, finally, Spider-Man is in actual New York. He's going to be actually swinging around. He's lost everything. He's at his lowest. Yeah. It's just, yeah. I don't know what else we can say, because clearly no one at Sony is going to see this. But this is what's being echoed throughout the fandom anyway. So, yeah. Anyway.
I think it's going to make it a lot worse when Deadpool 3 comes out and that's another multiverse film. That's going to be very successful. So I think that's going to be like a thing that, Sony go and look at, multiverse is still popping, people still like this shit.
But to me, the the multiverse aspects of Deadpool 3 have probably been there since 2018, since Deadpool 2 finished. Deadpool was doing multiverse before it was a thing in the MCU.
Well, I mean, you got Days of Future Past, that's kind of multiverse as well, a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Anyway,